Hello, student. Very good morning to all of you. Myself, Mr. Mahbudur Rahman, Assistant Professor in the Department of Food Engineering in KKW College of Food Technology, Nasik. Today, I will cover history of biochemical engineering, theory of scientist Alexander. So, the biochemical engineering discipline, if we see that from expansions of the antibiotic manufacturing discipline that began in 1954. So the disciplines has been known in its present name since 1980. ECUST is the first in city in China with a formal biochemical engineering discipline from training of PhD students. The discipline is the home base for the both state key laboratory of bioreactor engineering and National Engineering and Technology Center of Biotechnology. And National Engineering and Technology Center of Biotechnology was initiated in 1989, authorized by Ministry of Science and Technology in 1995, and formally established in 1996. It received the good grade evaluation twice in 2001 and 2006 from MOST. NETCB was established by MOST in 1996 for the commercialization of industrial biotechnology process. Right. So the discipline was granted the key discipline status by Sanghania Educational Committee in 1996, authorized by Ministry of Education. So, see here the history. Alexander Fleming, that was established, and we can say that the discipline that was the granted and key discipline stated by Sanghania Educational Committee, and after the discipline move MOE evaluation in 2006. So Alexander Fleming was a Scottish biologist, pharmacologist and botanist. He wrote many articles on bacteriology, immunology and chemotherapy. His best known discoveries are the enzymes lysozyme in 1923 and the antibiotic substance benzyl penicillin from the mold Penicillium notatum in 1928, for which he shared the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1945. Alexander Fleming was looking for a way to destroy bacteria. In 1928, he was growing a lots of bacteria known as Staphylococci and agar plates. Alexander Fleming could be a bit spladish bacteria known as Staphylococci on agar plates. Alexander Fleming could be a bit spladish. His lab was rather untidy and he sometimes left the lids of his plates for a long time, letting the air in. Before going on holidays in 1928, Alexander made two mistakes. He didn't pull all of his plates in bleach to sterile them and he left the lab windows open. When he came back from a holiday, Alexander noticed that the lots of his culture plates were moldy. A common mold that might have grown happily on a sins of bread and had landed on Alexander Fleming's plates. A stroke of luck which has saved millions of lives. Just before he put, if all the plates in the washing up to the get clean, Fleming noticed something. Although lots of bacteria were grown on his plate, there was a clear ring in the jelly around the sum of the spots of molds, and no bacteria were growing. Sometime he had killed the bacteria that was covering the jelly. Right? And Fleming worked on his mold Penicillium notatum. He squeezed out some mold juice he called penicillin, but he could not get much penicillin from mold. It would be keep even in the fridge. And in 1938, Howard Florey And Ernst Chain at Oxford University decided to do some work on penicillin. They infected 8 mice with bacteria which would be normally kill them forever given penicillin. They went on the treat Albert Alexander, a 43 years old policeman dying of blood infection. Florey and China gave him penicillin for 5 days, and Albert was well on the way to health again when the penicillin ran out. Florey and Chain tried to everything. They even collected spare penicillin from Albert's urine, but the infection came back and Albert died. And Florey and Chain did not give up. They are collected more penicillin and used it in 15 years old boy who had an infection after an operation. He was completely cured. So they showed the value of penicillin in the destroying bacteria. In Britain, all the big laboratories and factories were busy with the war effort, but Howard Florey knew lots of people in America, so the scientists took their mold to the United States, where some of the big chemicals companies helped them make penicillin on large scale, and penicillin became available to everyone, and the history of infectious disease changed forever. Okay, thank you for watching. Once again, thank you.